Let's start. Final chapter of the Casebook of Arne. Last time, Arne was almost taken over by one of the vampire hearts that he has. Someone attacked Lynn and almost killed her. And something about how because her blood was payment, she wanted to take her payment back from Arne because she didn't need him anymore or whatever. And so, well, Arne asked her what her final, wish was, and she wanted him to suck her blood, so he did. And so her blood was fused with him, even though he already had, some of her blood in him. And then, so she wanted her blood back, and so he ended up, letting her drink his blood, and apparently she's turned into a vampire. So that's where we left off with that, was him giving her his blood, and so now we'll see what happens, because apparently now she's a vampire. And we still need to try to figure out who killed our father, and who's trying to kill us. And they're probably going to recap it anyways, and I forgot that they do that. Last time on the Casebook of Arne. I like how it's Zissy. Hold on, where is Lynn Rain Vibe? Linny's a little busy right now, so I'm her substitute. Then can we not do this? What? Come on, I made my own puppet and everything, we gotta. Now, explain what happened last time. Lane Rainvibe began investigation on the case. An old coot told her of the darkness concealed by the humans in the mansion. And it seems everyone had a falling out afterward. Ah, poor Linny. Also, Arne, you got taken over by Nock this year. I don't know how to pronounce his name, so I call him Nock. I was just caught off guard, that's all. After that, Lynn Rainvibe was nearly killed, so we performed a blood pact. But the odds of her reviving as a vampire are roughly 50-50. What's gonna happen to Linny? You think I care? Hee hee hee. Well, it's about time to begin the Casebook of Arne. Looking forward to seeing how things go for Lynn. Please leave me out of this next time. They're so cute. I would love a plushie of Zissy. Oh, I forgot. That was loud. My ears! Oh, hey! Where am I? Only daughter of the Rainvibe family. Nobility, 5 stars. Eagerness, 5 stars. Curiosity, 5 stars. Lynn Rainvibe. Hold on one second. Okay. There we go. That is my stepmom, if you guys can hear her. As I recall, I drank Lord Arne's blood. But why did I end up here? Let me bring this up. There we go. Ah! I don't have the pendant Mother gave me. Did I drop it somewhere, or... Here. Oh, I thought I could move. I can't move yet. What's that over there? I don't know. Oh, it's... Okay. Oh. Lynn Rainvide rests here. My grave? However, I should make it clear up front, there's no guarantee a blood pact will succeed. Could it be that the blood pact failed and I died? No. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Mother. Oh! I just felt something. The base of the tree? Ah, there's a shovel here. Maybe I can use this to... there we go. Should I dig here? I can't make my voice cute. Ah! It looks like a cat. Like the ears, and then like the little whiskers, and then the little like black part looks like paws. Mother's pendant. What was it doing here? I'm glad I could find the pendant, but what do I do now? Am I going to be here forever? It's all right, my dear Lynn. Eh? I'm assuming that's the mom, so we'll see what happens. That voice was... Oh. The pendant's glowing. Ooh, we're gonna see our mother? Oh, there's a bridge. A bridge! I already said that. There's no mistaking that voice. It was Mother. Is Mother up ahead? I don't know, let's go find out. Oh, jeez. Ooh, I don't like how dark it is. Oh. And that is Gemma, everybody. Oh, gosh. I don't know why she's barking. I can faintly hear music. It's a lullaby Mother often sang for me. I knew it. She must be up ahead. I don't remember the voice I gave her. Oh my god. The girl began walking in the direction of the sound. If you have trouble hearing quiet sounds, click the pendant to determine the right way using the strength of its light. Hey y'all! Oh, the sound's gotten quiet. It seems to be guiding me somewhere. I'll go in the direction of the sound. Okay, well, we gotta go back this way then. Huh? Did I end up back where I started? I gotta check my... Okay, but it's louder going this way. Like it's... Hold on, do I need to have both headphones in? Oh, I do. Oh, I didn't mean to go that far down. Okay, I figured it was gonna be this way. Yeah. Oh, no.
I don't know if I did this right. Please help.
Huh? I'm streaming, by the way.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Does that look right?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't. The way it you gotta turn on the light, 'cause I can't really see.
I know.
No, I don't want to notice. I'm no senpai. Yeah, but I don't have much. It's just these are just the recommended stuff. Oh, shh. Shh. My dog. Gemma, can you grab her mouth, please? Because that's. Thank you.
Sorry, guys.
That was really squeaky. She's going for a walk. Okay, wait. So the G, yeah, that part's supposed to be on the chest. So I think he did have it the right way. It's just the way it looks really weird.
Thanks.
Oh yeah, because that clip part is supposed to go through where the. Here, let me see. Please and thank you.
Do this.
It's gotta go. So, sorry guys, hold on.
Thank you.
So this circle right here, this needs to go through here. That's why it looked funky.
Thank you.
No, yeah, no problem. So that it's like this.
Ah, thank you.
That way, because if it was the way, she would have gone out easily.
Yeah.
But this has to be in like that.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay, good girl. Good girl.
Oh, I'd be excited too, right? To go for a WALK.
Take
No, Gemma, no! Gemma!
Come here. Come here, okay. You've been so good. Come here.
She's so excited.
Come here. Good girl. Okay, this is the last time, I promise.
She's like, what are you doing to me? Just take me out walking already.
Good. Okay. And the other feet is supposed to be... Okay, good. Thank you, Paul!
That
Thank you,
looks...
Gemma. Thank you, Gemma.
Yeah, that looks a lot better.
Thank you, Gemma. Okay, now I can go. Appreciate your help. Okay, let's go.
Bye. Bye. Have fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, that was a chore. Okay, but she was better than I expected.
Bye. Okay. Now that we're good. Oh, I went the right way. Okay. So it is whichever way is louder. Oh! We did it. Oh! It's a flashback. Okay, I can't do her voice that I had. Mother! Father! Mother! It's me, Lynn! Father! Oh, I'm supposed to do a younger version? How am I supposed to do that? Father, are you done yet? How strange. I read the instructions thoroughly, but I just can't get it to work. He's not looking at me, and he can't seem to hear me either. And besides, Mother is me when I was young. You said the same thing 10 minutes ago. I'm sure I've got it this time. Oh, here we go. Oh, here we are. I am like making up my own words. Father, hurry, hurry. Right. Oh, it's that picture. That's right. That's how we took this photo. Rose, I'm glad I could meet you one last time. Yes, honey. Oh, stairs. Well then, I'll be on my way. So long. I love you. No, I loved you so many times more. That you did. Father? I'm going, Lynn. Going? Go on then, Father. Oh, okay, bye. You are ascending to heaven. Oh, bye. What? Mother, I'm going to go play too. The trees are calling for me to climb them. Oh dear, make sure you don't hurt yourself now. Okay. Oh my god, my voice isn't cute. This isn't quite how I remember it. After the photo, we ate our lunches together. What exactly am I looking at? Mother, I'm here. I'm right in front of you. Yes, I knew the whole time. Huh? Eh? Mother? It's been a long time, my little Lynn. You can see me? Of course. Oh, Mother, I've been trying so hard. Yes, you've done me proud. Ever since you left, Mother, the whole time. I know, you've done your best and done nothing wrong. There's so much I want to talk about, Mother. Oh, earthquake. Unfortunately, there isn't much time. Mother? Heave ho! Lynn, you can't come here just yet. What do you mean? That's a secret. What? It'll have to be a bit before I can have a leisurely chat with you. But for now, go into the slide, okay? But I don't want to. I want to stay with you. No, some other time. Mother! Then you come with me, Mother. That's not possible. But remember this. As long as you hold that pendant, I'll be watching over you, Lynn. No, Mother! Go on now, Lynn. Just yeet her. There you go. Oh, earthquake. Phew, that was a close one. Oh! Oh, snap. There's hands. There's a hand by the stairs. Naturally, I couldn't let her see this. Oh! What is this music? Hey, okay. Bro, this music, the music in this game is just like my favorite thing ever. Like, I want to use this for like my videos. Like, I should use this for like my intro or my outro or something. This is, woo! I like it. Best of luck, honey. Since you can't come to heaven, I had to come here. I'm not able to go with you, but I'll wait here as long as it takes. Atone for your sins and please, come back. What do you mean she can't go to heaven? Wait, why did the father get to go to heaven? He was murdering people. Is it because she wanted to turn into a vampire? Or she is a vampire? Are you a vampire? Okay. I was about to be like, are you a vampire? Because her name is Rose. Is she a vampire? What do you mean? Oh, you're awake? Former heinous vampire private detective. Attitude 5 stars. Height 1 star. Ability 5 stars. Arne 1 tot. Well then, that means you become a vampire. I take it you're overjoyed? Mother, Mother! What is it, Lane Ring Vibe? Why are you crying? I don't know. But for some reason, it feels like I got to meet Mother. 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 Kind of sounding like a Vampire Night situation. Kind of. Like, is her mother a vampire? And like, well, if that was the case, then she would, unless it is like that whole Vampire Night thing where the mom pretty much turned her daughter into a human, and then the only way she turned back was getting the blood of, was given the blood of a pure blood vampire. Man, I love that anime. Zero. Sorry. Better now? Yes, I've calmed down. What is that? Look. Oh. He said it too. I was just thinking, well, what is, I was like, what is with that look? And that's literally what he says. What's with that look? Oh my gosh. Now that I'm calm, I've remembered a thing or two. There's a lot I want to say, but first things first. Why am I wearing my tracksuit? And also, not wearing underwear? That's your first things first? I was in nothing but a towel. I mean, I'm grateful I'm not just in a towel now, but I'm sure you must have carried me here and put my tracksuit on me, Lord Arne. I thought it fine to leave you alone, but Zissy insisted I get you dressed. Then you should have put on my underwear too. If you just done that, I would have been able to let it slide, like Lord Arne saw me do, but there was no helping it. But you're supposed to change underwear, yes? It's in that dresser! Wait, why do I even have to tell you that? You're the one who shouted it out. I'm going to change, so please leave. As I said before, what does it matter seeing you nude? Window! What am I, a dog? Alright, I'll come back in a few minutes. There's a lot to think about, but I can't get started without putting on underwear. I swear, if you have me, okay. The girl just, why is this a thing? Like, why do I have to go and, okay, Lynn. I'll change my tracksuit too, just in case. I knew it was the right call to buy 20 of the same one. Oh, of course. Now I can finally settle down and think. Oh, that's right, my investigation notes. Ah, they're in the cabinet. Why is he methodical about kind of thing? What? Am I reading that? Okay. Okay, here they are. All prior information added to notes. Make use of it if you're having trouble with reasoning. Ah, this storybook really brings me back. I mean, this isn't the time. Big Red Hood, Chapter 1, added to collection. Oh, we definitely gotta read that. Collection items also okay, blah, blah, blah. You may find one in a dresser or bookcase when exploring a room, so look for them as you wish. I like to sit down for a bit and sort things out. I don't know, because I didn't mean to go that far! Where should I even start? Hey, Linny. Oh, hey, Zissy. Zissy! Geez, don't startle me every time. It's not like I'm trying to or anything. An unstable entity existing within mirrors. Charm, 5 stars. Ears, 5 stars. Mystery, 5 stars. Zissy. He's so cute, I love him. Since we were revived, guess you became a vampire. Oh, since you were revived, guess you became a vampire. Congrats! I guess so. Lord Arne said that too. I'm not human anymore, am I? Hope we can get along better now as fellow non-humans. Right. Wait, but then how is he able to see her? If she's supposed to be a vampire, and that's not like a magical mirror that Arne has, is he able to see her? Well, it might take time to accept. But it's no use crying over spilled milk. Just gotta keep moving forward. Though, for real, I thought you'd be rejoicing more. It was so sudden I didn't have a choice, so I guess I don't know how to feel. Would you mind helping me sort things out in my head? I think it would be better talking it out with you than thinking about it myself. And I doubt Lord Arne would understand if I talked with him. Sure thing. Let's get your head as refreshed as your tracksuit. Were you watching? Whatever could you mean? Oh my gosh, here comes the bunch of saves again. So, what are we starting with? We'll talk about vampires first. I'm a vampire too, right? Uh-huh. Since your blood patch with Arne succeeded. It doesn't really feel real. It's like, power. I'm brimming with power. Keep your distance from the vampire of pure scarlet, Lynn Ring vibe. I thought it'd go more like that. You read too many comic books. Not that I know much about this whole thing either. You'll probably starting noticing changes, Might be able to turn into a bat soon. I can become a bat too? Well, yeah, you're a vampire. I can't wait. You're gonna be zooming out of control if Arne's not around. Next topic. About the person who attacked me. Did you see them, Zissy? If I did, I'd tell Arne for sure. I'm not cruel enough to just overlook that. I see. But why was I targeted? I mean, 'cause you were stumbling around alone and easy to target. But they let me go once before when I was in Father's room. If they wanted to kill me, couldn't they have just done it then? Alright, there was an opportunity to kill you easily, huh? Maybe there was some reason why they didn't. Well, if it were me or Arne, we'd accept just 'cause as a reason. Is that how you think, being non-humans? That's right. You will too before long, Lenny. I feel like it wasn't just because, even if that in itself is a just because hunch. Well, no point mulling over it. On to the next thing. Right. What's going to happen to me, I wonder? What do you mean, what'll happen? I mean, because I'm a vampire. I might attack humans or... Alright, you don't have to worry about that. Or about it. Yeah, you're right. Like Lord Arne said, the only blood he drinks is what his clients pay him. So... Stop listening to this, Hamper. Gordon got angry at me once more today. An ultra clumsy maid, bad at formal speech. Chores 2 stars. Klutz 5 stars. Formality 2 stars. Elise. Mistress, is something the matter with? I most definitely not talking this to a doll. The girl slowly approached the maid. Oh, we are even walking slow. Look at the look on our face. Mrs.? Doth something beeth the matter? Want? Didst thee say something? I want your blood. Oh no! Verily and forsoothly! Huh? Yep, nothing like that should happen. I'm a little curious why you picked that maid. Because it seemed like her blood would be tasty. Ah! So these are vampiric urges. Nope. But actually, when I said you wouldn't have to worry, I didn't mean you could endure the urge to suck blood. Huh? I meant you stop being bothered by attacking humans. You already don't feel bad for every piece of meat you eat, do you? It's the same thing. That can't be. Arne doesn't seem to have especially severe urges on account of his body being seriously weird, but as a regular old vampire, Lynn, I'm thinking you can't avoid it. I mean, you became a vampire knowing that, surely. I suppose so. Well, if you don't like that, see if you can put up with it for now. You can probably manage until this case is solved, at least. I see. If there's no worry of me attacking the people in this mansion, that's good at least. I am literally just making up my own words. Once this case is solved, I won't be able to stay in this house, will I? I guess that's natural. I chose this myself, so I have to keep a firm resolve. What are you doing? Oh, Arne. I was having a fun chat with Linny. With Lynn Rainvibe? Ah. Well, I'll leave the rest to you, Arne. Well, Lynn Rainvibe, about our next step. Yes, what is it? Now that I'm a vampire, I'm not afraid of anything. Come at me with everything you've got. Why are you so high energy all of a sudden? I've just got this amazing vampire power, like, what? I can handle anything, you know? Truly, Lynn Rainvibe, does your idiocy know no bounds? Sit down and listen to me. Listen well, Lynn Rainvibe. Why, Gemma? Gemma, stop! My goodness. Okay. So, now you've been revived. Wouldn't you say it's time we start bringing this to a resolution? I love this one too. This one's so good. The song, that is. Did you figure out who the killer is? Naturally. Totally like off, but this one's really good too. All that remains is to do as any great detective does and corner the culprit with all presence. Who in the world is it? It would be boring to just say, surely. Aw, come on. Oh, hello, Luminous? I'm so sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. And thus, I require that those in the mansion be assembled somewhere. But it would be tedious for me. As such, I was thinking I use you for it. You can do it, yes? But I'm not, well, human anymore. I wonder if I'll be able to. What are you saying, Lynn Rainvibe? You may be a vampire, but you are still you, correct? Have you forgotten declaring as much to me? Well, nothing for it, I suppose. I'll let you use me. It's in my capable hands. Then go forth, Lynn Rainvibe. Lynn Rainvibe going forth. Yeah, let's go. And, once you've gathered everyone, return here to call for me. Understood. Let me go. Right, now isn't the time to be anxious. I'm me. That won't change. I can save any regretting and worrying for after this case is done. Oh, hey, Kiwi Cakes! Welcome! More important right now, I am playing the Case Book of Arne. We are actually on Chapter 3. I've already played Chapter 1 and Chapter 2 my last stream. So if you want to watch that, you'll have to go back to my last stream if you want to read the story. It's pretty much like a murder mystery. But pretty much the detective is actually a powerful vampire. Well, he was like the king of vampires pretty much, because there was 9 lord vampires. But they ended up fusing with each other to create like one full powerful vampire with 9 hearts pretty much. Like really long time ago, to face off against the most powerful human, and they apparently fought but we don't know exactly like what happened. And so our main girl, this chick right here that we see, her name is Lynn. She her mother passed away 2 years ago from an illness, and her father kind of like went crazy, and so he was kind of like, oh, my wife is not dead. Her name is Rose. The wife's name is Rose. He's like, Rose is not dead. She's right here. You know, he was kind of like delusional and everything. And then apparently we find out that he was actually trying to learn black magic and like a revival spell to bring Rose back. So he was actually killing people to try to bring his dead wife back. We found out that he was working with somebody else, because we watched him like go out at night, even though we just learned that there was like murders happening. And so Lynn followed her father because she remembered about those murders. And we ended up hearing a scream. We ran. There was 2 dead bodies, and then this figure came out of nowhere and started chasing us. And then before he could get us, the pendant that our mother gave us glowed and took us to a different area. Or pretty much I'm assuming the pendant was the reason why we ended up in a different world. And then that's where we meet Arne Nuentold, who is the like vampire lord. But we learned that he lost 8 of his 9 hearts. So he only has 1 of his hearts right now. So long story short, we come back because we wanted Arne to figure out what our father was doing. But before we could even figure that out, someone killed him. So we go into his room, and then we ended up blacking out. And then when when our guard came to go check, there's a headless corpse next to us in our father's clothes. But Arne figures out that corpse was not actually our father's corpse. That was somebody entirely different. We actually find our father in a secret room, but he is dead because he was pushed from a high place, so he fell to his death. So we're trying to figure out who killed our father, why our father was killing people. Well, we figured out why our father was killing people. We're pretty much just trying to figure out who out of the people that are in this game killed our father. And then so as time goes, we're trying to figure that out. And then we while Lynn was taking a bath, we actually get attacked while we're in the bath, and she gets like these claw marks on her back, and so she's dying. And so while she's dying, Arne comes back and they do like a blood pact, and so now she's a vampire, pretty much. just to hopefully help. It's a lot of stuff because this is like the final chapter, so we're gonna be ending the game soon, hopefully. I don't know how long this chapter is gonna be though, but I hope that kind of helps. More important right now is solving this case with Lord Arne. That's what I became a vampire for. I need to watch the streams to understand. Yeah, it will be better to go back and watch the chapter 1 and chapter 2. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes, I have actually been affiliated. I just got affiliated with Twitch. So, as you can see at the top right-hand corner, it says Crown Rose, and it shows Cass's name. Oh, you started playing 95 more? Nice. I'll be playing that tomorrow for my stream. So, I will be playing tomorrow. But yes, I have stuff now. I'm gonna hopefully figure out everything, because I got the little reward stuff that Cass has where if you chat you get it and stuff. Crown Rose, that's what you guys are. Like, so if you sub, you become a Crown Rose. Because when you follow me, you're a rose, and if you subscribe, you earn your crown, pretty much. That's my dog. She keeps barking at the most littlest things, and I'm about to put her in her crate. Kiwi ignoring me. Gemma, stop! Gemma! Oh my goodness.
In your crate.
That's what I became a vampire for. No worries, you don't have to sub. Oh, okay. Hold up. Hold on. That's probably next door neighbors. Okay. Sorry, I was not expecting so much noise today. And there goes my dog. So then, where is everyone? I'll check the dining room first. Oh, Gordon's here. Looks like the others aren't back yet. Oh, but Gordon's here. I'll talk with him first. Hmm? Oh yeah, I know. Aw, what brings you here, mistress? Oh goodness. I'm gonna have to mute everything, aren't I? Because my sound picks up every little thing. A serious butler who never cracks a smile. Stubborn, 4 stars. Forehead, 5 stars. Stash, 4 stars. Gordon. It looks like the others still haven't returned. Indeed they haven't. But I was just thinking of calling them back. In that case, I'll go call for everyone. Will you? Well then. Ah, but acting alone? Even if I'm a vampire, I don't want to be attacked again. It might be a good idea to go with someone else. Actually, Gordon, could you come with me? I'm a little uncertain if I could convince everyone by myself. Understood. I shall accompany you. By the way, do you know where everyone is? Bernd and Heinz were arguing in the entryway, but Heinz has since returned to the kitchen. I believe Elise should still be in her room. I haven't seen Diana around. Would you happen to have some idea, mistress? Right, I think she's still in the guest room. There's something I want to talk about, so I want to gather everyone in the second floor waiting room. Well, if you would prefer that location, I don't mind. Best voice acting I ever heard? Well, thank you. I'm trying, because I can't make my voice that cute or that low. Okay, then let's call the others. Apparently I can go to that bush. Oh, when is with someone else, checking some things will give unique responses. These have nothing to do with the case. Oh. What just happened? Ah, Cass gifted a sub to Kiwi, and now you've become a crowned rose. You've earned your crown, Kiwi. Yay! Congrats! I'm a crowned rose. Yes. Hold on. Let me. This should. There we go. The crown rose has been changed to kiwi cakes. Ah, thank you, Cass. Thank you for gifting the sub. Yay! Hold on. Let me send you some crowns. Wait. Let me send you some crowns. Yay! but you may learn a little about that person. You don't have to, Cass. The butler Gordon starts his morning by watering the plants in this room. Isn't it difficult watering the flowers around the entire mansion every morning? Not at all. Flowers respond to your heartfelt efforts raising them. The power! Does it anyways. To me, they are like my children. Yeah, I suppose so. Where are we going? A stone statue resembling a goddess. A slab chronicling the history of the Rainvive family. As you can see, the Rainvive family is a venerable, noble lineage. You must keep that in mind at all times. Yes. Burned. What's the matter? Do you need something with this human garbage? Yes. A diligent-looking security guard, guarding 2 stars. Motivation 2 stars. Love, very spaced out 5 stars. Burned. He's sulking super hard. I want to talk to everyone about something, so could you come to the waiting room on the 2nd floor? Oh, I'm sure things go smoother if you just ignore me and talk amongst yourselves. Just come, would you? It's an order from the family head. Say what you want to me, but I don't wanna, so there's nothing you can do. It doesn't seem Gordon can persuade him. Was there someone who Byrne would listen to a request from? Yes, there is. Understood. I'll come back. Whoever you bring, I'm not moving from this spot. We gotta go to Elise. So she's in her room, which is this. Don't like how she talks, but that's fine. Duff, listen to this, Hamburg. Gordon's rage is truly nasty. He's like some kind of demon. Yes, it must be Soeth. Are you okay? Mistress, does something be the matter? I want to talk with everyone about something, so come to the 2nd floor waiting room. Elise? Sir Gordon, did you hear that just now? What could you be referring to? No, I heard nothing at all about me being a demon. No, you misunderstand. I mean if you were kind like a demon. It seems you haven't done enough introspection. I have done it the most introspecting, yes, so very much. Let us be off, Mistress Lynn. Elise appears to need time to think about things. Forsooth. It doesn't seem I can get Elise along while Gordon's here. Well then talk. Just turn around and tell Gordon to go away. How are we supposed to get everybody? Okay. I didn't think you needed to, but we gotta go to Heinz. Heinz is over here. Oh, there he is. Wait, is there anything in here I can... Some bread is gone. Some bread is gone. I keep forgetting to, like, look around. I'm not a true gamer. I don't look around. There's a book right here. Big Red Hood Chapter 4. Oh yeah, we had that. Deep in the woods, there lived a girl and her mother. The girl always wore a red hood. Some people called her Red Riding Hood. One day, Red Riding Hood's mother gave her an errand. Go to grandmother's house deep in the woods. A 30-foot tall Red Riding Hood headed into the woods, cutting a swath through the trees. Big Red Hood. 6 chapters in all, and I found 4, so I think I skipped over some. Red Riding Hood arrived at Granny's house none the wiser. She couldn't find flowers, so instead she carried a great many trees. Riding Hood. Granny, I'll leave these in the garden. Oh, thank you. After planting the trees in the garden, she approached the bed where the wolf slept. Ooh, okay. I need to find the other ones, but I probably won't. Huh? What is it, Lynn? A cheerful hired chef devoted to cooking. Cooking 5 stars. Whatever, 4 stars. Salt, just a pinch. Heinz. I want to talk to everyone about something, so could you come to the waiting room on the 2nd floor? But I don't want to see Burns' ugly mug. I'll be certain to stop him if he tries to do anything like before in the future. If you say so, Gordon. Well, alright. You never know what'll happen, right? Thank you very much. Must be hard for you too, Lynn. Good luck. Yes. Heinz went to the 2nd floor. At least we got him. It's thanks to Gordon that I could persuade Heinz. It might be wise to have someone help me out with calling for the others too. Oh snap, I hope that didn't show up. No, I think we're fine. Okay, hold on. Sorry, a friend messaged. Sorry, hold on one second. Okay, sorry. Oh! Character summoning screen. Work with others to assemble the remaining servants in the 2nd floor waiting room. I don't know who Heinz would help me with. Oh. Okay. Well then fine, this one. Diana and Kai, I'd like to call for them at last. Considering what happened with Lord Arne, how should I go about this, I wonder? Oh, you know what? I do need Heinz. Okay. Okay, perfect. Hey, Mefox! That's okay, Kiwi. Thanks for stopping by. Okay. This song, the music, yeah. Thanks for joining, Kiwi Cakes. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow when I play ID5. We'll hopefully play together. Do some games. So Mevox, the only thing you missed was we did turn into a vampire, but we were like in kind of like an afterworld first, and we saw our mother. If you can make it, that's awesome. If you can't, don't even worry about it. The stream will be up on YouTube and Twitch, so if you want to go back, it's fine. Nobody better steal my crown rose spot. We'll see what happens. Yes, Kiwi has earned their crown. Alright, but now I can get Elise to come with me. Whatever this you sayeth to me, I won't go. Come to think of it, I got some sweets ready, so maybe I'll give them to the people who assemble up there. Is that so? If you're not coming, Elise, maybe somebody else will eat your share. I'm looking at you, Meebox. What? But... I'm sure it'll be tasty. And it's not stuff you get your hands on often. Sweets are greater than Gordon's wrath. I understand it this crystal clear. A doth be gone. Ah, are you now? Thank goodness. Elise went to the second floor. Dope! Bro, Heinz, get out of here. Oh! You know, you really should show me that risque underwear as an apology for breaking that vase. What doth you mean I really shouldst? And also, Gordon already got supremely angry at me, so surely we should be even. Well then, I'll take the sweets you're hiding. Please spare me that as well. Bye, Kiwi. I'm just joking. Mistress. Oh, that's right. There's like different interactions. Maybe I should be walking around more. So like, what if I go back to Gordon? Right? And then can we go into his room? No? Okay. So what if we call for Heinz, right? Right. Okay. Oh, see? There's something. You laid out these flowers, right, Heinz? The table setting is important for meals too. Naturally, my cooking is delicious, but I want to make it taste even better. You really think things through? Well, enough that hardly even qualifies as having a psychological effect. Okay, what if we go into the kitchen? There has to be stuff in here, right? Yes, the bread. Some bread that's gone hard. Is this bread still edible? Oh, those are fakes I set out for Bern. Well made, right? For Bern? Well, Bern comes to steal food. These are for whacking him with. Can I have one of the stale bread? I want to whack people. Playing Soul Nomad myself? Oh. Whacking him? Okay, I want to actually walk around first. Hold on. I don't think there's really anywhere else we can go. Oh! Kaz, you don't have to gift everybody! Yay! Meebox has earned their crown! I could have sworn I changed my thing to something different for the gift stuff, but I might have to relook at that. Yay! Meebox! You have earned your crown! It's cause I messed up. It's okay. Yeah, Cass helped me with, yeah, she did hers off screen. Wish Kiwi was here. I know Kiwi would have been like, oh, Meebox, how could you? Oh! I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Hold on. Okay, there's nothing that way. Terrace. Can I go out that way? Okay, no. I just want to make sure that there's, so like if I switch to Elise right now. Frick. Like, is there gonna be something here? What if we... Okay, so there's nothing that way. Can I go? Okay, let's go to the dining room. Is there anything in here? I went way too far. Is there anything in the kitchen? Oh, there is. The dishes. Elise, how many plates have you broken in your life? Perhaps it's about 10? Are you sure that's the right number of zeros? Perhaps it's around 1,000? That's far beyond my expectations. Huh? Yes, forsooth. It's surely around 100. Too late now. She is our klutz, this Elise. No, and then we can't go anywhere else. Okay. So let's go get Burned because he's only gonna listen to Elise. I got no desire to go to the second floor. He's sulking super hard. Elise, would you try persuading Burned? Understoodeth. I'll give it a shot. So sure, Burned. Let us go to the second floor waiting room together. Elise? You know, I was just thinking of going to the second floor myself. It must be fate, huh? Sigh. He's so simple. Burned went to the second floor. That just leaves Diana and Kai. And I doubt... well, let's have Burned with us. Because there has to be something here, hopefully. In the kitchen? No. You've been listening to Eyes One all day? If you told my friend that, she will be in tears. Because she misses them. Oh, haha. There's so many kinds of books in this house. Comics, novels, storybooks, and even diaries. Diaries? Here, like this one. My true form is that of a crimson fallen angel. Now I work as an assassin to... Stop right there! You can't just read someone else's diary. Huh? Isn't it interesting, though? It's privacy invasion is what it is. Hurry up and put that back where you found it. Bah. What's my diary from 3 years ago doing here? I have to secretly dispose of that later. That sounded pretty interesting. Anything? No? Down here? Anything? No? What about the maze? Can we actually, go in here? Oh. Elise's dear teddy bear. Its name is Hamburg. Entertaining a lady's room makes you kind of restless, huh? It's rude to look around that much, you know. This teddy bear is a rare find indeed, because it's Elise's favorite. Let's get out of here quickly. I'm sensing danger. Oh gosh. Okay. Let's go get Kai and Diana. The only person I can think of is to listen to Burned. It's just Diana and Kai now. But I think it'd be a good idea to handle this myself. Especially considering what happened with Laura and Arne. Involving anyone else would make things complicated. Oh. Diana, it's me. I want to talk a little. Mistress, what is it? I'm gathering everyone in the waiting room now. I want you and Kai to come too. We can't go. Because the man who did that to Kai will be there too, won't he? I can't go with someone like that around. There's no way she'd believe me if I told her about Lord Arne. There's no changing the fact that Lord Arne did something terrible to Kai. How can I handle this? Understood, I'll be back later. Come as many times as you want, we're not going. If I'm going to get them to come, I need to somehow change their impression of Lord Arne. Is that even possible? Honestly, isn't everyone being so selfish? At this point, maybe I should just force them. But wait, what am I thinking? Is this another effect of becoming a vampire? Anyway, I need to do something about those two. Lord Arne just apologizing a ton wouldn't make Kai forgive him, I'm sure. And I can hardly imagine Lord Arne dying to do that in the first place. At this rate, maybe I should just boldly claim Kai was attacked by someone else, or... Wait, that might actually work! If I just have Lord Arne use that power... Alright, we're going back to Arne. Because it's all his fault anyways. You're back, Lane Rain Vibe. That took quite some time. Well, I'm actually not done yet. Was there some problem? A whole mess of problems thanks to you. Aha, the gardener and maid. Yeah, I was wondering what to do. Inaccurate, Lin Rain Vibe. You must already have an idea of how to resolve this. Otherwise, you wouldn't have returned to me, yes? Well, sort of. I have some thoughts about it. What's that iffy response? I don't know if you can or not, but... Use powers. I want you to use your ability to spread rumors on Kai. When you spread that first rumor, Kai wasn't in the mansion, I don't think. So you can still use your ability on him. I wouldn't mind, but what kind of rumor? Oh, that's not it. I was thinking either an alter ego or a twin. I want you to spread the rumor that you have a split personality, Arne. What will that do? Can't help having a split personality. That's what they'll be like, right? Would you accept that explanation yourself? You seemed quite offended when I attacked the chef. Oh yeah, I guess I wouldn't accept that. Well then. Fine. A twin. I should've just went with twin. Let's spread the rumor that you have a twin! And why should we do that? Even if there were lights, it was in the courtyard at night. I doubt he saw your face that clearly. Yes, it's highly likely. So can't we say your twin brother did it? I mean, under normal circumstances, I think that'd be a stretch. But your ability is powerful enough that I feel like it'll work. Clever by your standards, Lin Rain Vibe. That rumor will need to start from zero basis. It will have no effect on the mansion's residents who believe you to be a detective. But if it has no effect on the gardener either, it'll mean he was in the mansion the whole time. And his claim of returning to the mansion to meet the maid will be proven a lie. Oh, you're right! What, you didn't think that far ahead? So what? It'll have that result anyway. Anyway, please do it. Ha, please, you say. So I have to right to choose. You won't do it? I will not. What would you do if I said that? I'd be in a pickle. You can't claim to be using me if you're entrusting choices to me. Issue me the command to use my power like I'm your tool. That's what using means, yes? I don't want to do that. It's not my style to force people to do things. And also, I said definitely wouldn't do anything I didn't want to do. If you agree with my plan, Lord Arne, then please let me use you. Alright, I'll spread the rumor. But even if it fools the gardener, what of the maid with him? Diana, I think she'll be okay as long as we can manage to convince Kai. Just have to push through or whatever. Well, you would know best about the humans in this mansion, though I'm a bit uncertain. Leave it to me. Very well. Evilly, bloodedly, almightedly, new and toad! Just stop it already. Absolutely not. This is my proof that I'm still myself. I'm afraid I don't follow. I'll come with you to see the gardener. It should speed things along. Are you sure? I've already had an encounter with the maid and gardener, and I already intended to show myself before everyone at the end. That's what a great detective does. I see. Then go ahead. Go ahead and what? You'll suck my blood, right? You've already done it once, so go on, straight for the jugular. I suppose I'll test. Hey, drawing blood again? Seriously? Your vibes are truly disgusting to me. You're mean. I see. No change in taste. It's a bit late, but don't you think it would be better if I went to meet them in my small form? I can't imagine it would be, because the detectives in stories are always cool and stylish. Let's be off, idiot. Why the name calling? Oh no! How did your dog run out? Oh, well that's good. I'm glad she's back. Lynn's still not dead. Yes. Oh, we're taking over Arne. This is the room. Please try not to say anything weird. Not a problem. I just need to make him think I didn't do it, yes? Yes, but I'm sure they'll be super wary at first. Still, let's do our best. Too much and she ran off after a cat? Oh gosh. I know. Okay, let's get down to it. Hip hip hooray! Hold on, wait for me. Wait, hold on, what? Wait, hey, wait for me. I totally just made up my own. Just dropping in. Geez, Lord Arne, what are you going in like that for? I don't need to meekly ask them permission to enter the room, surely. What did you come here for? Please, just leave us alone. Gentle and scatterbrained maid, chores 5 stars, athletics 1 star, smile 5 stars, Diana. See, this is what I mean. Diana, just bear with us for a second. Please, listen to what we have to say. I refuse. Get out of here at once. I came here to clear up a misunderstanding. Be at ease. Eek. What misunderstanding? You, the man sleeping in the bed. So stay away. A gardener who loves animals. Heights 4 stars. Animals 4 stars. Venice 5 stars. Kai. It was not I who attacked you. It was my older twin brother. That's nonsense. Diana. Mistress, what's gone into you? It's all right. Nothing like that will happen again. Please, believe me. But... Take a good look. I'm not the one who attacked you, am I? You're his twin? That... does sound familiar. Kai? Diana, haven't you heard about that? Not in the least. First of all, we've never met him before. My twin brother is a violent one indeed. It's quite the embarrassment. It appears he troubled you greatly as well. Is that right? You know, now that you say that, it feels weirdly like you're not him. We managed to convince Kai. Now it's just Diana. Oh, Jesus Lords. Don't let Diana's words reach Kai. The maid didn't seem to trust the vampire's words, so she tried to question the gardener. However, the girl shouted loudly over her words so they wouldn't reach the gardener. Oh, Lord Jesus. If you can clear mini games and reasoning without mistakes, you'll receive a reward from Zissy at the end. I'm gonna have many mistakes. What are you talking about? It won't cause any changes in the main story, but try your best. It's all fine. Huh. Who's that? Ha 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 ha! Look, Diana, it's all fine. Well, is this man really a different person? Yeah, I think so. If you say so, Kai, then... I'm having everyone assemble, so would you two come as well? But... I'll protect the two of you. As the next head of the Rain Vibe family, I won't let such an awful dispute happen again. If you are not the culprits, then you should accompany us. Your sneaking around is why you're under suspicion. I should have asked earlier, but who exactly are you? I am none other than... Let's hold off until everyone's present. Why are you so ready to just casually declare yourself a vampire? Should I not? Absolutely not! I felt there was no need to hide it if I were appearing before humans anyway. Well, we'll explain later. So would you two go ahead to the waiting room? Huh? Okay. Sure, but... Kai, are you alright? I'm fine now. Besides, I don't want to stay in hiding anymore. Like that guy says, we should go along with them. Understood. Well, we'll go to the waiting room ahead of you. Thank you very much. Look at all this. Well, we've now assembled everyone. Now we head to the final stage. But first, we need to think about the connection between you and I, Lord Arne. If you just go in front of everyone and say, I am none other than the heinous vampire Arne Nuentolt, it'd be really bad. That'd be really bad. Ooh, final stage. In that case, you may decide. I decide. Indicate to me that what kind of relation would be most appropriate for this situation. Lynn trying to date Arne, I see. Trying to set up that connection. Incidentally, I did spread the rumor to the residents that Lynn Rainvibe is a great detective, so it would be convenient to have something that worked in tandem with that rumor. Then what if you're... my mentor? How about if you're my mentor? Not bad. It wouldn't... Excuse me. Girl, I don't think he's interested in you like that. It did say I love her. That's pretty funny. It wouldn't be unnatural for there to be a teacher or mentor who taught me to be a detective. The great Detective Lynn Rainvibe has a grandiose detective mentor. Grandiose? Yes, by connecting it to your rumor, I'd probably be able to spread that one. Grandiose detective? You're a great detective. As such, it's natural that I'd be greater, yes? Well, sure, but... And I don't want people to think I'm on the same level as you. Did you really need to say that? What are you on about? It's important. Understood, Lord Arne. So you're my mentor and a grandiose detective. I am probably pronouncing that wrong, but I don't care. Well then, let's spread it now. Ho ho ho! Woo! He's a handsome boy. Evilly! Bloodedly! Now all preparations are in order. Let us go, Lynn Rainvibe. Hey, why are you interrupting? On the contrary, why do I need to wait every time? What? See, I knew it. Kai's the killer. I'm trying to explain to you how that isn't true. Stop it, Byrne. Maybe you should just shut your yap. Fern, get a hold of yourself. Well, quite the delightful scene we have here. Gee, stop hurrying ahead on your own. Don't blame the shortness of your legs on me. It's the height difference. Mistress, who is this? Don't worry about me. Rather, let me see the rest of your argument. What? He'll introduce himself shortly. Lord Arne, what are you doing stirring them up too? I had no intention of that. A new person showing up at this point? I've got it! This must be the true culprit! You should really keep your mouth shut, Bern. Seriously, you. Lord Arne? Firstly, all of you sit down and relax. But why is somebody who just suddenly showed up running the show? Yeah, no kidding, if you don't explain yourself. Who indeed doth you be? Mistress, an explanation, please. Sit down. Bern, let's sit down for now. That might be a good idea. It's a pleasure to meet you. I suppose I'll say that. My name is Arne. Arne, you sayeth? That's cute. I imagine you are aware that Lynn Rainvibe here is a great detective. Huh? Mistress Lynn is what? You didn't know, Kai? The detective beauty of the millennium. The very reincarnation of Sherlock Holmes. You know? Haha, I had no idea. And who trained the great detective Lynn Rainvibe? None other than me. You've heard the rumors, I'm sure. It can't be. The grandiose detective of the millennium? The very reincarnation of Sherlock Holmes? Sherlock Holmes got reincarnated twice? Oh, there's an ad. Okay, wait, I'll pause. I forgot to make an ad thing. Oh, shoot. At least on my side, that's what I'm seeing is an ad. I don't know if everybody has an ad. But I need to make a, like, little ad thing. But I think you guys would tell me if you ended up getting into an ad. But I think because you guys are... Well, I think because since Cass gifted you guys the subs, you guys shouldn't have ads, I think. I'm surprised that on my phone that I did get it. Oh well, it's done now. It seems things here were a bit too much for Lynn Rainvibe to handle alone. So I've come to finish the job. Aha, I've seen this plot beat in books too. Now, I have gathered you all here. I take it you know what that means. You figured out who killed the master? Precisely. Who could it have been? Now we will begin a delightful production which shall bring the killer to light. Lord Arne's really getting into this. It feels like he's putting in some dramatic flair. But ever since he appeared, everyone's been caught up in this atmosphere. Maybe this is how a detective should act. That said, it'd be a bore to simply guess at the killer. Woman, come over here. Do you mean me? You're the only woman in my sight, or am I mistaken? I'm very much a woman, verily. Never have I considered myself a man, forsooth. I don't quite understand what you're saying, but at any rate, come here. Not to worry, I won't bite. Understoodeth. You have quite a tortured way of speaking, don't you? Nothing of the sort of this. He just came out and said it. Why aren't I? Surely you're not gonna be like, Elise is the killer, right? Ha ha ha, I would never do something so trite. Good, so Elise isn't the killer. That I said nothing about. What? You, old coot. What? How rude. Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Allow me to apologize. Incidentally, we have here 2 detectives. Would you happen to know what kind of entertainment can unfold at a time like this? A battle of reasoning in which they throw theories at one another, perhaps? Exactly. Lane Ring vibe. Yes. I will present my theory that this maid is the killer. What? What are you saying? As such, you must give your all to stop me. You're joking, right? I am not. We both possess the same information. It shouldn't be impossible, should it? What? Why? Because it's more delightful this way. But... This maid stands now on the gallows. But what are you... Oh, snap. Okay. Whew. You're serious about this. If you cannot save this maid, it will prove my theory correct. And this maid shall be your father's killer. Do you take issue with that? Why are you making me do this? Ha ha ha. You're a great detective, are you not? I'm... Now, you will not finish that sentence. Take a look at the maid's face. Mistress, please, don't killeth me. Please save me. Elise, you are a great detective, so it must have been fine, right? What indeed did you want from me? Think back, Lynn Rainvive. What is this show that's about to begin? I get it. So that's what it is. Elise, it'll be okay because I'm the next head of the Rainvive family and a great detective. Leave everything to me. Mistress! Don't killeth me. That was a close one, Lynn Rainvive. No kidding, I nearly neglected to rise to the stage. So this is the play you prepared for me, where I'm the star? I didn't ask for a script that has the main character losing, you know. Well, we'll see about that. Perhaps it's a tragedy. It's already a tragedy. I don't want it to be any more of one. In that case, act like the star, Lynn Rainvive. Alright, Lord Arne, let's see if this is the proper stage for me. I have a feeling that maybe it was Lynn that had killed her father. Like, what if she was, like, taking control over, like, something or someone? And so after she, like, does her deed and everything, she, like, hits herself in the head, maybe? Or, like, the person, like, that was controlling her comes out of her and, like, smacks her or just makes her, like, forget, and that's why she ended up, like, face down. Let's see if this is the proper stage for me. Oh, lords, here we go. Oh! Today's program, Lane Rainvive versus Arne Nuentolt. Now, Lynn Rainvive, this is your final stage. I shall explain the rules of the delightful game you and I will be playing. Hold on, let me fix my position. Please do. I will tell you my theory proposing that this maid is your father's killer. If it is mistaken, point out how. If you cannot find a flaw, this maid is the killer. All this I've said already, but should you prove my theory incorrect, we will then switch roles. It won't be the end? That wouldn't settle anything, would it? I guess you're right, but... So then I also... Indeed. Choose someone and theorize that they are the killer. I have to theorize? Be at ease, Lynn Rainvive. If your theory is wrong, I will certainly point it out. Unless you can create a flawless theory, the wrong person will not be named the killer. So then... That being said, do not submit crude theories. Even if the person you chose is the killer, I will point out any holes in your theory. True, I can't imagine you making a mistake. Meanwhile, I don't think I'll make perfect theories. So basically, on my turn, I can't let myself pick the killer. And on your turn, if you pick the killer, you'll definitely have a flawless theory. Understood. I'll make good use of your theories, Lord Arne. Come, Lin Rainvibe, let us dance joyfully together. I don't want to do this. Now, let us begin. Arne's turn. Oh my god, it's like a Pokemon battle. Go right ahead. Prattling on about details would only make this drag on. As far as motive, any thoughts we might come up with would be little more than fantasies. As such, for this maid, I will choose to focus on her escape from the room. This maid herself testified that she went to the 3rd floor before Lin Rainvibe. She had a daily routine of bringing her master medicine. She could certainly enter simply by being invited in. After knocking you out, it wouldn't be difficult for her to push her master down into the basement. There were many weapons in the storeroom as well. She could also be capable of beheading the fake corpse. But the real question is her escape. The guard testifies that your father's room was locked, thus she must have locked the door and left the room, but this maid does not have a master key. The door cannot be locked from the outside, and your father's master key remained with his corpse. However, there was a route only this maid could use, namely the vents. After locking the door from inside the room, she escaped to the storeroom using the vents. That is how it was possible for her to murder your father. So, is my theory mistaken? Yes. Objection! So that's all the mistake claims. There may be more than one. Click an image to select it to be sure to select everything that's wrong. Click an image again to deselect it. Once you've made your selection, click this O in the bottom right. So pretty much the bat. Elise had a daily routine taking medicine to her master. Yes, but she didn't, because she remembered that he didn't want to take his meds. Not only that, but I feel like that is impossible too, because when we crawled through, there was a lot of dust bunnies. I feel like if Elise were to crawl through, it would have been clean of dust bunnies because she would have had it on herself. As for the key, I feel like this one, we don't have to do anything about it, just because if she didn't go inside and didn't go through the vents, then there's no need for a key. Elise had a daily routine taking medicine to her master. Elise escaped through the vents. That's where you're wrong. You disappointed me, Lin Rainvibe. Incorrect. No. Okay, so is it just the... Ooh, is she gonna die? Ah! What is it, Lin Rainvibe? Answer me already. What did I just see there? Anyway, point out Lord Arne's mistakes. Maybe just the vent then? With anime, Phineas, and Ferb? What? That's crazy. Elise couldn't have escaped through the vents. Why is that? When I went through there, it was a den of dust bunnies. That's right, it was filled with dust. Okay, see? So my thoughts about that whole thing was correct. If Elise had gone through them, it should have cleared out much of the dust. Precisely, Lin Rainvibe. Mistress Lin, thank you very much. I'm glad to know you're not the killer, Elise. You experienced those vents personally, so that was a simple one, yes? But do keep up that pace. We might find the killer with surprisingly little effort. We've still only gone through one person. I know that's not enough to satisfy you, Lord Arne. Ha ha ha, you understand me rather well. Next is your turn, Lin Rainvibe. Choose someone to present as the killer. Lord Arne is serious. If I came up with a theory using some complicated trick, I'm sure I'd make a mistake somewhere. I don't have that kind of talent. And if the person I choose is the killer, I'll be giving them an escape route. So I have no choice but to choose people I know can't have done it, and have Lord Arne point out the flaws. I select Hines. Me? Running Lynn Ring vibe? Now, present your theory why this person is the killer. Hines left the kitchen into the dining room. Rejected. The guard should have been in the dining room all the while. Leaving the kitchen undetected would be nigh impossible. Well, then he went out to the courtyard. Also rejected. There are guard dogs in the courtyard. If they barked, even that guard would notice. Anything else? Nothing else. This should be fine, because I know Hines couldn't have killed Father. I do understand your thinking, but even so, come up with some better theories. If you honestly intend to use me, then give the great Arne some entertainment. Right. Ooh, this is getting interesting. I feel like it can't be Kai. I feel like could it be Gordon? Because he was in his room. Now, my turn. Is it gonna be Gordon? Oh, since the one maid before was a maid, I shall select the other maid. Diana? From her testimony, there is no question that she acted together with the gardener. As such, I shall present a theory in which they were collaborators. So if I can't find a flaw, both of them are the killers. See, it can't be Diana though. I mean, unless Kai was the one that went in, because she's scared of heights. So there's no way she could go and push him down because she'd be too scared. Kai's wounds haven't fully healed yet, so I'll represent the both of us. I might not, but put your hopes in Lynn Ring vibe. Without further ado, my theory is this. These two had no business going to your father's room like the previous maid did. In other words, our point of focus should be how they intruded into his room. Listen carefully now, Lynn Ring vibe. Yes. The gardener used the ladder to get from the courtyard to the second floor guest room, and naturally he used that same ladder to make it to the third floor as well. However, while the ladder can be dragged around, bringing it up to the second floor is no easy task. If you're alone, that is. Yes, that seems fair. However, the maid was in the guest room, so the two of them pulled the ladder onto the terrace. That's already one right there. One of the two entered into the mansion to visit your father's room to get his attention. During this time, the other entered through the window in his room and concealed themselves. This also explains why the door was locked, because the maid possesses a master key. In addition, the gardener was able to take the murder weapon and head outside of the mansion. So, is my theory mistaken? Objection! The two cooperated to lift the ladder onto the terrace. She's afraid of heights. She doesn't even go out onto the terrace. What is this one? One of them went inside and headed to the master's room. One of them went inside and headed to the master's room. I feel like I just want to do the one, but this one also is kind of like the one with just Diana alone in her room, or in the room. But it could just be the middle one, so we'll just try that. Diana and Kai couldn't have worked together to lift the ladder onto the terrace. Why is that? Diana has an extreme fear of heights, so she can't so much as go out on the terrace. And you're also wrong about one of them going through the house to Father's room. Why is that? Zissy testified that no one left the guest room until Byrne screamed. That's a contradiction. Correct again, Lane Rain vibe. Sorry. I get so into these. Yes, and this music, bro. Hit it, hit it. Mistress Lin, thank you very much. That's our mistress. It's only natural when you two didn't do it. Well done seeing through my 2 traps. But this would hardly be worth my time if you couldn't see through something that simple. There are 2 people remaining. Lin Ringvibe, you took a cowardly move earlier selecting the chef. But will you do the same again? I can't theorize as skillfully as you, Lord Arne. So I have to choose someone whose actions are restricted. In other words, someone who's very likely not the killer. So you say. Our game thus far has not decided the killer. Lin Ringvibe, the next person you choose, will also be someone highly unlikely to be the killer. In essence, the one you do not choose is the one whom you suspect. But why do you have to say that? Have I said anything mistaken? Work up your resolve. That's what it means to find the killer among this lot. You must choose, Lin Ringvibe. Be at ease. I will dispute the guilt of the person you choose. So choose the one you do not want to be the killer. Ow. Because it's between Burned and Gordon. Yay! Mistress, I'm afraid it's your bedtime. I don't wanna. I can't sleep till Mother and Father come back. What are they doing? Your father and mother are having a grown-up conversation with guests that have come to visit. You must not interfere with them. She jumps so fast, OMG. How about this, mistress? I'll read you a story until you fall asleep. Really? Until I fall asleep? So if I don't fall asleep, you'll read forever? I'm so sorry that my voice is not cute. Indeed. Should you fail to fall asleep, I suppose I'll just have to read forever. So Gramps will have to read me stories all the way until morning. Yay! I would be grateful if you slept before then. Jeez. There you are, mistress. I heard from Father, so this room is going to be remodeled? This room is full of memories with Mother. Why would he... Oh, holy crap. This room is full of memories with Mother. Why would he? Does he even care about her anymore? The Master loves your mother even now. This is why he said this room was much too painful without her here. I'm so worried. My memories of Mother only get further away with time, so to lose this room too... You need not worry, mistress. Precious memories remain no matter how much time passes. I say this having lived many years more than you, so trust my experience. I hope you're right. To prove it, shall I tell stories of when you were just born, mistress? You were so fond of my mustache. You were always pulling at it. Hee hee hee. See, she has those happy memories with him, but... Mistress Lin, of course you'll pick me, right? I mean, I'm not the killer. Look, don't you think Gordon did it? I'm a guard, you know. It's my job to protect everyone, right? Gordon's gone silent. He can't even make excuses, I'm sure of it. I choose... Burned. Say it. Burned. I choose Gordon. What? You gotta be kidding me. Silence, human. This game is between myself and Lin Ringvibe. I do not add unnecessary comments. Ugh. Well then, Lin Ringvibe. So you've chosen the old coot. Can you make a theory pinning him as the culprit? There'd have to be a way from his room to the 3rd floor that avoided detection by both the guard and Zissy. There isn't. I don't know how. So then, the old coot is not the killer either. In short... You're wrong, it's not me. I thought you were suspicious from the start. You would always know the residents' actions and thus find gaps to act within. And also, Rule 1, the first witness did it. Wasn't that written in the book you read? Seriously, you've got it wrong. How unsightly. You should give up and confess. Ha ha, ha ha ha. What is this? This is dumber than the dumbest gag comic. Hey, what the hell? Why are you looking at me like that? So it was you after all. He was suspicious from the start. Burned. Why? Sure burned. Show some evidence. There's no proof I killed him, right? Evidence you say? It completely slipped my mind. You. Well, don't fret. I'll go get some now. Just wait patiently until I return. The rest of you don't lay a finger on the guard. Without evidence, we haven't confirmed him as the killer. Oh, Jesus Lords, hold on. Sure, bring whatever you think you can, because there's definitely nothing. And you all keep your grubby mitts off me, or it ain't gonna be pretty. Lynn Ring Vibe, come along. Okay. Sorry, texting people. Great, did they all murder the dad? Like a Murder on the Orient Express sort of thing? I know, that's what I was saying last time. Was that, I was like thinking it was like a whole Murder on the Orient Express kind of thing. Because they didn't do it until they all were like summoned by Burn's Scream. That was decently entertaining, Lynn Ring Vibe. Lord Arne, is Burn really the killer? Why would you think that? If that were a fair way to decide the killer, we could have left it to a majority vote. What? Then what was all that? A means for me to have some fun. Didn't I say as much? It would be a bore to simply guess at the killer. You're kidding. Then what was I fighting so desperately for? That was not in vain. You demonstrated clear reasons why some could not have been the deed. Have done the deed. I can't read. Incidentally, our game didn't so much as touch upon the means of decapitation or the murder weapon. Yes, that is true. Didn't you think it strange that it was all about the methods of intrusion? Well, a murder weapon wouldn't have been necessary to kill Father. You can't just consider these things piecemeal. And also, it's difficult to ignore something as unique as a headless corpse. Of course, I did intentionally not bring it up. Did you? Normally, one would consider not just actions at the time of the crime, but the murder weapon and method. However, we know things that we normally would not. This gave us a clear picture of the servants' actions, and thus we gave them undue focus. Lynn Ring Vibe, why did we have such knowledge? The reason we knew things that we shouldn't really know. Ah! The girl stood in front of the source of their knowledge. The mirror. Zissy. The mirrors. I am the people. She is the people. What Zissy saw from here is the information we shouldn't actually know. Lord Arne, it's the mirrors, right? Indeed. Do you not realize? Huh? So it isn't the mirrors? Well, never mind. Her reflection! Her reflection! We can see her reflection. She's not a vampire. That's what I was saying, because Zissy could see her. I was like, that's what I was literally saying. It was like, if she's a vampire, why is Zissy able to see her? So how is she alive? Did the mother do something again? Because she saw her mother at the beginning. But you can totally see her reflection. If she was a vampire, her reflection wouldn't have shown. Indeed, I referred to the mirrors. You realize as well, didn't you, Zissy? Huh? Wonder what you mean. I was just trying to help out. Were you now? What are you getting at? This is what I'm getting at. Oh, if we ignore the information Zissy saw from this mirror, I don't know. Yeah, you didn't know that? Zissy was the mirror demon. Why does that look so blurry? What? Okay, there we go. Right. I thought you knew that Zissy was a mirror demon. Because I could have sworn I explained that the last time. Or did you forget? If we ignore the information Zissy saw from this mirror. Hold on, did you really need to break it? Of course. Have I done anything without a reason? Pretty frequently, yes. There's another ad. Alright, I'll wait. Yeah, I sadly don't have the exclamation mark ad thing yet. I gotta make that. But hopefully we're back now, right? Are we back? I'm assuming we're back, right? Okay, I think we're back. Pretty frequently, yes. There's a reason for all my actions, namely my entertainment. Gah, I sort of understand as much, but I hear you say it without hesitation. Oh, welcome back. Okay, good. And I'd like to keep talking if you don't mind. Geez, yes, please continue. Indeed, if we ignore any information that Zissy saw, there's only one person who could move freely around the time of the crime, isn't there? They could go in and out of your father's room and even go to the basement. There was also an opportunity for them to put that note in your room. And if they knew that vase had been broken, when there was no way of knowing, what a fool. Huh? Mistress Lin, is something the matter? Hey, you hold it right there. Shut up. What are you doing not letting a guard, huh? And I gotta score at least a couple points in my favor before you guys need me a killer. But please wait, if you run like that, your wounds. It's alright, the mistress is more important. But please hold a few horses, everyone. Trying to lure everyone out at once, that saves me some time. Huh? What do you mean? Lynn, Rain Vibe, stay here and block the path of anyone who comes this way. Huh? Block the path? Hold on a second. Wait, I think I missed the mirror breaking. No, it broke before the ads came. The maid? Wait, I think. Makes another emote. Also, let me know what you want to name your watch points. I'm guessing something with roses. Psh. Psh. I don't know yet. I guess we can do something with like petals. Like the royal petal points. I don't know why that's so funny. Royal petal points. Royal petal points. It sounds funny. Because we could add like the crown and stuff too. Ooh, as I thought, you stayed behind. Is it Gordon? Hines. What a sloppy crime it turned out to be. Once I realized the answer, no tricks or anything. Well, though I suppose you may be right, that such things weren't necessary for you. But even forgiving that, your killing of Lynn Rain Vibe was far too crude. Wasn't that practically an admission of who you really are? Well... It went darker! Oh! The vampire is ready to name the killer. Use the information you've gathered to select who it is. Is it gonna be Hines? Withered petals? Petal daggers? Petal daggers. That's cute too. That I'm gonna have to think about. Give me some time. Use the information you gather to select who it is. If you want to view a map of the mansion, click or tap here to open it up. Not the ketchup, not Heinz. Man, it's well, from the sounds of it, everybody, like a lot of the people left. They all blamed Bernd, but he wanted to prove himself. Kai was injured, and if Kai runs off, Diana was gonna follow after. And I feel like because Bernd ran off, Elise would run after. So it's either Gordon or Heinz is my guess, because they're the only two that would like. And from what I know, Gordon went over here and went into the kitchen. I almost want to say Gordon just because of that flashback we had. Because usually, you know, like sappy stories, it would be like that. Yeah, it is strange that her room is all the way off to the side on the first floor. You would think she would be like... Yeah, you would think she would be the guest room on the side. I kind of want to say Gordon. I mean, I feel like Hines would want to chase after Burns as well. So I feel like Gordon would be the one that, like, stays behind. The butler did it! Like, he's there. The only thing is like, why would he go after Lynn? You know, because it's like, the whole thing I can think of is that Gordon killed her father because he wanted to protect Lynn. But why would he want to kill Lynn? Unless, in his mind, he's like, I don't want so much burden and stuff, or like, you know, the weight of being the head of the house to weigh on her, and that she would change or something. On the 3rd floor, wouldn't the 1st floor be convenient? I would switch the storeroom and Lynn's room. Right? You would think that, but yeah, it's definitely crazy the way the positioning. I kind of want to say the butler. We'll go for it. Oh! Did I get it right? So it's you, oh coot. Young one. You should watch your mouth. Ha ha ha, young one. Am I young to you? What have you been going on about? I haven't the foggiest idea. Sorry, I did my best, but everyone came rushing at me. And anyway, there was no way I'd be ready to block the way all of a sudden. Don't worry, I had no such expectation to begin with. Bro, I'm so good at these games! Not really. I did a lot of thinking. But, sorry. Don't worry, I had no such expectation to begin with. What? At least have a little expectation. But what were you talking with Gordon about? Nothing of great significance. Only that he killed your father and attempted to kill you. What? I'm telling you, it's because of the memory, and that she picked Gordon out of Burns because she has more memory with him than with Burned. Ooh. Oh, there's like cages blocking them. The time is nearing for this delightful production to come to an end. Let's say we dub it simply the Rainvibe murder. The culprit of this Rainvibe murder, the one who killed Lynn Rainvibe's father, was this old coot. Hold on a second. Gordon has an alibi and no motive. Motive? Is such a thing necessary? That's just after the fact reasoning you humans append just so you can accept it, is it not? He killed him because he was bored. Killed him because he thought he could. Killed him for no reason. Oh, killed him just because. Killed him for no reason. Those are perfectly sufficient reasons to me. But... And besides, Lynn Rainvibe and I narrowed the choices down to this old coot and the guard, did we not? However, guard, you couldn't have done it, could you? Of course not. And there we are. You yourself understand that the guard couldn't have done it, surely. He could not prepare a headless corpse. And why is that? Burned. Can't do blood. He faints at the sight of blood, so he couldn't have made that crime scene. Well now, so you do understand. As Lynn Rainvibe says, the guard is too incompetent for murder. You don't have to be mean about it. That leaves this old coot as the last suspect. So, tell me your actions around the time of the crime once more. Before midnight. I was reading in my room the whole time. and around 12:15, I believe it would be, I went to the kitchen to discuss food with Heinz. After 12:30, Diana came to get me, so I headed to the master's room. That seems no different from what Lynn Rainvive told me. Yet something in your words contradicts my information. Lane Rainvive, determine what that is. I don't know. Don't give up right out the gate. Think about it. I don't know who this old coot is to you, but feelings are unnecessary for reasoning. Seek only the truth, for that is the tale you desired. It has to be the reading. Oh. Prior information. Click here to switch between pictures of prior informations. Click here to switch between Gordon's statements. There is a single contradiction between some prior information and Gordon's statements. Once you pair the contradictory elements, click the check here to confirm your choice. The one on this side will do the same thing. Okay. I have no idea. Oh shoot, I meant to do this one. And Diana came to get me. So I feel like it would have been at least. Indeed, take note of his talk with the short maid. It doesn't seem to line up with his statements. What's the contradiction between Gordon's talk with Elise and the statements he just gave? So it's either this one or this one. If Gordon was really in his room the whole time, he shouldn't have known about the vase Elise broke. Precisely, Lane Rainvive. Haha! We're about to find out. That should have been easy for me. I should have known that. If you supposedly stayed in your room, why did you know the vase had been broken? Come to think of it, that slipped my mind. I thought I heard something breaking, so I went to look. So you did go look. Well, you're an old coot after all. I'll grant you might forget a thing or two. And you didn't meet the maid there? I did not. I would wager she had gone somewhere to dispose of the broken vase. I simply connected the dots of the wet floor, the missing vase, and the sound I'd heard. The maid took about 5 minutes cleaning up there. You must have been walking awfully slow. I was at a good part of my book, you see. Such a lousy excuse. Are you sure you didn't notice the vase being gone while heading back from the master's room to yours? What proof do you have of that? Oh, very sorry indeed. Very well, that isn't the important part. So you went up the stairs from your room and saw the vase missing in the second floor hallway. That's a lie. Zeisy would have told us. That is correct. Ha ha ha. So he says, Lynn Ringvibe. That's... To change the subject, you were aware that Lynn Ringvibe was attacked by the dogs. Say again? She was called out there by a note. Any ideas about that? I had no absolute knowledge of the mistress landing in such a perilous situation. You instigated the mistress, didn't you? It was surely your detectiving that caused her to. Lynn Ringvibe chose that herself. I was in no way responsible. Now then, Lynn Ringvibe. I keep saying web instead of vibe. Think carefully. While you all were disputing in the dining room, I was still in your room. I left right around the time the tall maid came bursting out of the dining room. Who could have gone to put the note in your room? When Bern ran out of the dining room, Heinz went after him, and you and I know Diana and Kai were in the guest room. That means the old coot and the short maid remained in the dining room. But the short maid was ordered by someone to go look for you, wasn't she? That's... After that, Lynn Ringvibe was attacked by someone and nearly died. She was attacked from behind in the bath, and marks like 3 large claws were left on her back. Impressive of them to enter without anyone noticing. Who indeed could be capable of that? Lynn Ringvibe, you must know, yes. That can't possibly be. It's inconceivable. Hey, you two, I was wondering. Who's this Gordon guy? Oh, yeah, see, Zeisy never saw him. Huh? What are you saying? Is Gordon a vampire? How has Zeisy not seen him? He can only not see him if he's a vampire. The mist! If that's true, he can turn into mist. He's a vampire. Huh? What are you saying? Zissy, is that true? What would I lie for? The 2 maids, the gardener, the guard, the chef, those 5 work in the mansion, right? But the butler Gordon, who the heck is that? So it's true, Zissy didn't see him. It seems you finally understand. If you don't wish to say it, I will present the truth. I'll do it. Hee, that's our Linny. Good luck finishing this up. That good enough for you, Arne? Yes, no issues here. He's a vampire. I was the one who wanted to find the killer. No matter how painful it would be, I learned the truth and catch the culprit. To do that, I abandoned my humanity and became a vampire. But did you really? In my theory battle with Lord Arne, we proved most of the suspects couldn't have done it. There were clear reasons why they couldn't create the locked room or get inside or go to the 3rd floor. Oh, this music. However, we made those judgments based on information that assumed the killer was human. But there's no situation in which that information is rendered meaningless. Gordon, you're a vampire, aren't you? Of all the things I thought you'd say, you must cease joking around like this, mistress. I'm not joking in the slightest. If you're not a vampire, Gordon, then stand in front of that mirror right now. I need not go along with your wild delusions. How utterly foolish. Come on, Gordon, at least give her that. If it'll satisfy Lynn, what's the harm? Besides, you got knocked out alongside me. Isn't that better proof than any that Gordon isn't the killer? Ha ha ha, right, that happened as well. Chef, it was I who attacked you. Huh? Granted, there were circumstances, but I shall apologize regardless. Sorry for that. I don't know if I can just accept that. However, I did not attack that old coot. I suspect he hit himself or ran into something to play the victim, yes. What in the world would he do that for? Would you think someone who was attacked is the killer? Ah, now that you mention it. However, I would never go out the front door. Once I left the entry, that would surely be outside. And unfortunately, the key I left with Lynn Rainweb is no more. You know what that means, don't you, old coot? What indeed could you be talking about? That's enough. Lord Arne, hand over Zissy. True, that would be faster. Zissy, don't show up, okay? Ho! Gah! Gordon isn't showing up in the mirror. Did Elise just talk normally? You all know that vampires don't appear in mirrors, right? You were in Father's room from the start, and after killing him, you just walked normally back to your room. Well done, Lynn Rainvibe. I shall offer a supplement. The theory battle between Lynn Rainvibe and I was meant to confirm which humans could not have killed her father. Lynn Rainvibe tinkered with the mirrors in this mansion in advance, you see, giving us a full picture of any humans who pass in front of a mirror. The fact is why, for a time, we believed that the claim that you were reading in your room. However, you confessed it yourself. You passed through the west side of the second floor. But that alone can't. Really, there should have been a clear murder weapon like an axe left next to the headless corpse, and you should have tried to kill Lynn Rainvibe with a knife or the like. If you'd done that, even if I knew you were a vampire, I probably wouldn't have thought you were the killer. After all, a proud vampire would never deign to kill with human methods. Perhaps by making use of brute strength, you thought you'd remove yourself, an old coot, as a suspect. And with the knowledge that you're a vampire, it's just as clear confession that you're the killer. I suppose there's no avoiding it. So it was you, Gordon. Why did you kill Father? Have you been deceiving us this whole time? That isn't the case at all, Mistress Lynn. Oh, this music though. I thought of you like a true daughter. No, like a granddaughter. I also thought of your father and mother like family. Then why kill Father? I thought it not so bad to live amongst humans yet. About a month ago, I believe, the master won the bid in a certain auction. It was for Lord Noxzir's heart. Lord Nock? Yes, Lord Nock, my liege, whom I truly serve. I see. So then it became a question of priorities. Indeed. The master had ordered me to gather human body parts so he could use that heart to revive his wife. But I wished to revive Lord Nock more than her. That's all it came down to. So I went out with the master night after night to kill humans. Though killing too many in so short a time caused it to become a bit harder to act. So once you gathered the parts for Nock's revival, you killed your master to get him out of the way. But that isn't the only reason you killed him, is it? You plan to take over this house. Incidentally, I found a bite mark on this girl's arm while I was dressing her. You intended to make Lynn Rainvibe your puppet, did you? Huh? I was unable to make her a puppet with no will of her own. But I could make it so she wouldn't defy my orders, so it should have been. To think the mistress had her blood sucked before me. No wonder she wouldn't die, seeing as I couldn't control her either. What do you mean? You sucked my blood? After knocking you out, mistress, I did suck your blood through your arm. However, since you did not fall under my control, it must mean you were already not human. For vampires can only make puppets out of humans. I don't understand what you're saying. I mean, that can't be right, can it? I've always been human. But it's a shame. I intend to make you the family head and control you from the shadows. After reviving my liege, I knew the best way for vampires to make their comeback would be to control the nobility. The master was useless, frail in mind and body, so you were more suitable, mistress. Well, never mind Lynn Rainvibe for now. More importantly, why prepare a headless corpse? Surely that could have just been her father. The master's plan was to revive his wife, fake his death, and have the three of us sneak away. As I said before, I thought of the master and his wife like family, so I planned to let the two of them be together by using their body parts for my liege. However, if the master went missing instead of dying, Mistress Lin may have tried to search for him endlessly. My control was not powerful enough to refute her strong will, so it was necessary that the master in fact be killed. I see. So if you had gotten a hold of any real power, you could have made it any random human into the killer. Once the killer was apprehended, even Lin Revive would give up. Is that it? All that remained was to revive my liege once everyone had fallen asleep. So you didn't anticipate the guard arriving after all? Yes, that was not part of the plan with the master. Perhaps he anticipated that he would be killed. Your presence was also most unexpected. Truly, things just wouldn't go my way. Considering that, you don't seem too worried. Naturally. I remembered hearing rumor of you, Lord Nguyen-Tot. Haha, you know me? That you were the most heinous of vampires, created when our king sacrificed their hearts. However, you've now foolishly had them taken and now do such idiocy as detective work, so I heard. Ha ha ha, what a cruel rumor. A weak vampire with only 1/9 of the power of his heyday is no match for me. Is he gonna transform? Oh, freaking damn Jesus, Lord. Oh my lords. Yahaha. I say now, no need for a murder weapon with arms like those. Well suited for looping off a head too. And being a vampire, you could stick the head in a bag and carry it around without it appearing in mirrors. So what do you plan to do? What was worth showing us your ugly true colors? I shall have you both die. I suppose that would be the easiest option. Lane Rainvive, get away from him. I wasn't human to start with? Lord Arne!
Ha 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 ha! So you call yourself Nuento, yet this is all you can do. What's this?
Are you a fool? It doesn't matter if I have 1/9 the power. The heart in this body is still 100% a king's. Do you think a weakling like you can contend with a king? Grrr. Yes, run away uncouthly. Now then, Lin Revive, I shall be giving chase, but... Lord Arne, just what am I? Well now, your hand's bleeding. Huh? Whoa, Lord Arne! Indeed, no change at all in your blood. Lin Rainvive, what indeed are you? What do you mean? You should have become a vampire after making a pact with me, but my blood has not mixed in. In other words, you haven't become a vampire. So that means I wasn't human, doesn't it? However, when I drink your blood, I can temporarily regain power. No other animal's blood will do. It has to be human blood. What does that mean? It means you are human, Lin Revive. Well, we can't be spending time fretting about your body. I need to do some after-show cleanup. Lord Arne! Please, be safe. But of course... Oh! Roof Showdown. What's the matter? Can't even run?
If you have the power of a king, then I'm sure it would be pointless to try. And neither do I have any chance of winning.
Why, how boring. Put up some more resistance and entertain me. In fact, I won't even mind if you use my heart. I'm sure you have it, don't you?
So you've seen even through to that. But you shall regret it. My liege, Lord Nock. He can surely defeat you.
Ha ha ha, how amusing.
Use all of my bodies. Let Lord Nock return here and now. Lord Noxer. Forever.
Oh, Been a while since I had flesh. You know how it feels having it be an old coot of all things. Whew. Hi, you're weird. I'm talking to you, Niantot. He's okay. Arne is so much more better. Who are you? So you're Nock, I must say. You look just as stupid as you sound. What? Ain't you the real idiot for getting my heart stolen from you? I was opposed from the start, you know, gathering up the hearts from other weak-ass vampires. Wasn't no way it'd make somebody stronger than me. Why are they introducing more characters? He was introduced though. He tried to take over Arne's body, but Arne beat him in the second chapter. He was the reason why Arne ended up attacking Heinz. I think I get it. You're feeling that weakest member of the Big Four role. That's it. I'ma murderize ya. I'll suck out all your blood this time. I'll be Niantot. Ooh, pretty. What's this? When vampires fight each other, it can take a long-ass time to come to a conclusion. Aha, so you set the stage for a battle with our blood on the line. You got it. When you're part of one of these blood feuds, whoever loses pays with their blood. Now, welcome to my stage. Let's get killing. Intriguing. Let us dance joyfully beneath the crimson moon. I like Arne better. But he's technically not a new character. It's just, he was in like a shadow form in chapter 2. Ooh! Ooh, this music though! Hell yeah. So this is the stage of your blood feud. You're being pretty cocky, huh? You do realize that getting on my stage means I get to decide the rules, yeah? Obviously I know that. I also picked up on the fact that it'll use up more of your blood this way. Why, you did that on purpose. I just didn't want to waste blood, that's all. Go ahead and act all cocky, cause it won't last. The blood feud between you and me is a simple back and forth of strength. Rather, that's all your puny mind could think of, wasn't it? You rotten. It's murderizing time. Is able to fly around the stage freely, but Niantot appears to be limited. To start, Noxzir began turning through the sky, creating shadows of himself. But while numerous, they don't seem powerful on their own. Niantot should be able to defeat them with ease as long as they don't attack from the sides or behind. Also, even if he is about to take a hit, Niantot will surely turn into mist and avoid it. Oh! 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 Not bad, Niantot. I could fight these weaklings all day. You might want to stop wasting blood, you know. Shut up! If numbers ain't no good, I'll try speed. You can try all you like. Next, Nock took control of a massive shadow to charge at his foes. Niantot dodged its approaches. Oh, Jesus. I didn't get to read that. Indeed, it may be large and quick, but he appears to be in his vulnerable state. Furthermore, I've noticed a safe zone directly underneath Noxzir himself. I'll slip in there and fell him from above. I imagine if I strike facing straight toward him, he won't be able to react. Oh, okay. There is nothing that my beast's sharp as fangs cannot pierce. Yeah, not doing so bad. Is that all you've got, Noxzir? If so, you better bring an end to this soon. Don't get carried away, you. This time I got number, speed, and strength. Plus some of those trap you like so much. What rashness. Shut up. Once I steal all the blood from ya, it'll have been worth it. Do it to it. My hyper mode shadows. All units charge. Hyper mode? Is that what you call that invulnerable state? Not a shred of naming sense either, What'd you say? As if that ain't the coolest name you ever heard? What's even happening? I have no idea. They're fighting. Oh, my apologies. I think it suits you very well. Of course it does. That aside, even I might be in trouble if I succumb to all this. No doubt this is a desperate attack indeed. How delightful. I shall read your every movement. Honed his senses to track everything around him. He and the shadows appeared to move at the same speed, but if he moved at random, he'd fall prey to the traps. Regardless, Nuento found a route that would let him reach Noxzir. When Arne moves one step, all enemies will move one step. Try to reach Noxzir without hitting any foes. Note that screen clicking movements is disabled. Move the arrow keys or clicking the bottom right arrows. Oh, that route won't do much. Okay. Whew. I thought this was a murder mystery. I mean, in a way, it's like vampires as well. That route won't do it. That's not going to work either. Frick. Ha 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 ha! Got it that time. Took me 3 tries. Consider yourself bested. What? There's no escape now. It's my victory. Damn it, why? There's no way you and me's strengths is that far apart. It's an issue of affinity. In spite of your stupidity, you try to strategize and follow patterns. However, such planned out fights are my forte. I get it, so I should have just rammed it with pure strength. Thanks for that. You're still struggling? I didn't. Say I lost. Oh! Oh, damn, Jesus. Not the house. Oh! Hell yeah, stab him in the heart. I'll be taking my heart back, Noxzir. It ain't yours, it's my heart. Well then, why am I the one holding it? Alright, fine. Guess I'll admit my defeat this time. I'll just have to stay put inside you a while. Right. Oh, he turned back into Gordon. He reverted to the old coot. I've destroyed the coot's heart, so he can go ahead and die. This mansion won't hold together, will it? Oh, damn. What the frick? Lord Arne! I know I told you to wait, but to think you'd actually be here. I'm glad you're okay. Did you expect otherwise? I know, for real. Rest in peace, Gordon. Where's Gordon? I killed him. Huh. I see. Oh, don't misunderstand. I wasn't responsible for doing this to the mansion. It was the work of Noxzir, who the old coot revived. Gordon revived? What would happen if you didn't pick Gordon? It would probably let me pick again. Right, I guess so. What of the others? I told them I'd wait for you and had them evacuate before me. Can you not move? Ahahaha. It seems I sprained my leg too, so troublesome to the last. Though I suppose I was the one who pushed you. Look at that, Lord Arne. The moon's sparkling such a pretty crimson. It's just dirt and dust that's sparkling, actually. What? What did I do it all for? Even this house I wanted to protect has been destroyed. It feels like the world is ending. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Truly, Lin Rainvive, does your idiocy know no bounds? Is this mansion your whole world? That's much too narrow. Everything beneath the crimson moon, that is my world. Everything is your world? And now, with the walls and roof destroyed, the boundary between your world and mine is gone. Whether you perish with this mansion or head outside is up to you. When I flew through the sky with you before, how did this mansion look from above? It looked so very tiny. Much tinier than I thought. Yes, that's all it ever was. I would think a life that never knew anything more to be quite a boring one. I do want to see more of the world. The world outside the mansion, which I only learned of in these last few days. Lord Arne's world. In that case, this is no time to be gazing at the moon here. Let us go, Lin Rainvive. Okay, Lord Arne. Huh? Lord Arne? Hey, that's a little bit... Don't move. It's not my fault if you fall. I was just saying, it's a little embarrassing. It's not the time to be worried about that. We're off. Oh, if possible, I like to make sure no one's left behind in the mansion. Sheesh. Alright, I'll do so. Thank you very much. Again, Lin trying to date Arne. Some of the servants may still be in the mansion. Escape while looking around for them. Arne can handle fire and strong impacts, but Lin isn't as sturdy. Pay attention to Lin's health. Also, if time runs out and the mansion collapses, you'll fail to escape, so hurry. What the frick? Oh, she was making sure. Oh, Jesus. Oh, sorry. That I kind of skipped over that. That's all the more reason to be worried about the others. Lin Rainvive, would you be able to handle being burned by flames of this strength? Do you really expect me to say yes? I just thought I'd ask. Be sure to avoid the flames. Somebody stay with me! That's Elisa's voice. I heard it from the maid's room. Should we drop in? Not going... There isn't even an option. Hot! It doth be hot! I'm about to be grilled deliciously at this rate. It looks like she's practicing her dance moves. Are we looking at the same thing? Elise, I'm going to save you. Via Lord Arne. Oh well, there was something I wanted to try. Oh! Lord Arne, your eye! I will it not be a delicious steak? Grab your teddy bear and run. Huh? When did... Be grateful, maid. Yes, sir. Thank you so muchly. Geez, what were you doing in here? I came to get Hamburg. This teddy bear forsooth. She's hurry and evacuate, please. Yes, I'm truly... It's alright, you didn't do anything wrong, Elise. More importantly, you need to get going. Understood indeedeth. Lord Arne, was that... Noxier's power? Yes. Thanks to recovering his heart, it appears I can now use it as well. Is that okay? You know? It's no issue. I mean, I hope so. Enough about that. Let's search for the other humans. Yes, please do. Heave! I can hear Heinz in the kitchen. He can go straight outside from there. I don't feel it necessary to check on him. Oh, snap. Wag! Lord Arne. Yes, I know. I don't even know where her health is. Oh, there's 4 lives right there. Oh! I ran right into that. Heinz, what's the matter? Lynn, so that guy actually saved you, huh? Yes, wait, I mean... Oh, I was just taking out some valuable cookware. Now is not the time, Heinz. But there was more than I thought, and I can't get it through the door. Surely you can leave such things behind, yes? Would you leave your lover in a burning building? Huh? I know you should carry it. Why should I do such a thing? 'Cause then I'll say we're even for you punching me. That's right, you should help, Lord Arne. Alright, such a pain. Oh. Hey, isn't that a little much? I threw in the fridge as a bonus, be grateful. Come on. And when you're holding Lynn so gingerly too. What do you mean? I know I'm one to talk, but this mansion really was bizarre. I'm kinda shocked that Gordon was the killer, but you destroyed it for her, I bet, this prison of Lynn's. Heinz. Hold on, it wasn't I who just destroyed the mansion. Well, that's not really what I meant. Come on, you two, you better leave soon or else. Yes, we really must be. No, I simply cannot. Every one of the residents here, I swear. Come to think of it, maybe Diana and Kai did say they forgot something in the 2nd floor guest room. Lord Arne, let's go. I know. Take care, you two. Be careful and take care of Lynn too. Well, I won't kill her. That's the least I expect. Lord Arne, let's go to the 2nd floor guest room. I should hope this is the last one. Jesus lords. This mansion is truly starting to crumble now. Lord Arne, let's hurry. Debris will now start to fall from the dining room passages outside. Keep moving without stopping as much as possible. That landed right on top of me. Oh my god, they're not over here. Wait, are they? They have to be at the terrace. Listen, if you just jump to the tree from here. You idiot, I'm telling you, it's impossible. Oh, you're such an idiot. What are you doing? Mistress, and Arne, right? I was gonna try to run, but Diana had other plans. Why are you making me out to be selfish? You're the one who forgot something, Kai. If it was that important, then you shouldn't lose it. What in the world did you come to get? The ring, duh. I really was planning to elope with you. So of course I want to prepare a ring. Kai, are you gonna look at me or not? They seem to be having a moment here. But Lord Arne, can you do something? I can just push them off, yes. That's far too perilous. Very well, leave it to me. Here, now they should be able to roll down safely. A net made of blood, this might do it. Wug! Huh? Hold on a moment. Hey, excuse me? No! Now then, we better go as well. Huh? Feels like we're forgetting someone. Burned. Jesus. Where's Burned? Oh my god, where's Burned? We couldn't go to where he normally would be. I'm glad everyone's safe. Lynn, what are you gonna do? Father has left us and the house has burned down. I'm terribly sorry, but I don't have money to pay you. What about burned? He was like where that big fire was, so there is no way we could have went over there anyways. I guess burned is burned. Oh my god. But no matter what, I will do so. What are you talking about? Don't bother about that stuff. Nobody here is worried about money. What matters is we're all safe. Isn't that enough? Heinz. I said such terrible things to you, mistress. I can hardly express the depths of my remorse. However, we consider you precious family. The time we have spent together has all very much been real. As much as possible, I think we would all like to continue providing whatever aid we can. But if I was working there, right? Thank you very much. I'm glad you feel that way, but I need to sort out my feelings too. Please, let me take some time away to think about things. Sorry, mistress, if we've been able to do something sooner. Don't say that. It was all Father and Gordon to blame. If anything, I should apologize for not noticing anything amiss. Mistress, that's not true either. Don't blame yourself. Indeed, if it isn't. Many painful things have happened, but we overcame them because you were there. You have been like a little sister to me. That's why we did not want you to know about the things we were doing whenever possible. Because of our love, we were scared of you hating us. That's nonsense. I would never hate you for it. There may have been a lot going on I didn't know, but I do know you were all thinking of me. Because I've been with you for so long. So I couldn't imagine that time was all a lie. Mistress! Why are you crying, Elise? Because I don't love you too much. So do I, Elise. Lynn, you might not be aware of it just yet, but it looks like you've matured a lot from all this. Though I guess it remains to me seeing if that's a good thing or not. After the murder happened, we may have argued a lot and shown off our bad sides, but nobody was blaming you, you know. I was too so fast. My life was in danger because of fire. We're all on your side. Yes, you were. Thank you so much. Well, anyway, call for me anytime you want to eat something delicious. I'll be sure to hone my skills even more for you. I'll come flying in wherever you are. Right. What about Burns? Like, was there a way to, like, save him? Where was he? Because, where I went, where he usually stands at the entryway, he was, like, that burst into flames. Well, then, we'll be taking our leave. Yes, I'll see you again someday. Was there a way to save Burns? Like, where was he? I don't get it. Like, wait, was there a way to save Burned? I have no idea. My home. Is gone. Was this really for the best? That your house burned down? No, not that. If I hadn't gotten it into my head I'd solve this case, I'm sure we would have kept living here like always. Truly, Rain Vibe, does your idiocy know no bounds? I had thought you'd already accepted that. I mean, any regrets you have won't change the reality. More important is considering what lies ahead. Now all the strings controlling you have been cut. Finally, a puppet no longer. You'll begin life in a new world, yes? A puppet no longer? I suppose so, but... Lord Arne, am I really human? Are you that bothered about the details? If you say you're human, you are human. But... And did you not say so when performing the blood pact? Even if I become a vampire, my heart will remain human. If my heart is human, right. Of course, human or elsewise, are you not Lynn Rainvibe? Like how you're just Lord Arne? Yes, you are yourself. I shall keep those words of yours in the back of my mind. So will I. I won't forget them. I've lived my life as a human, and I'll continue living as a human. If that's what you wish for, I'm sure it can be so. Now then, this brings my job to a close, human. Right, Herr Vampire. What are you going to do now? The Rainvibe family has been reduced to just me. But I'll try to start it over once more. With Mother and Father and even Gordon gone, I'm not sure if I can, but I can't help thinking it'd be nice if everyone could come back someday. Because they're family. But before that, I want to go lots of places. I need to expand my world. Do you now? Give it your best effort. For a child 15 years... She's 15 years old?! I thought she was 10. For a child 15 years of age, you did well with this case. I'm sure you'll be alright in any circumstance. If I have your approval, Herr Vampire, then I'm sure I will be. Thank you very much. Well, let that be that. I'm leaving, human. Take care, Herr Vampire. There he is! Oh my god. Thank God. Burned? I completely forgot. You forgot me? You're so cruel. But I'm glad I caught you, mistress. What were you doing? I went fishing around the mansion. I thought if it was burning down anyway, it'd be fine if I took a thing or two. But almost everything just burned away, huh? There was still stuff I was hoping to get. A sturdy sort. Oh, it's okay. I'll share with everyone who evacuated before me. I'll make good use of it as a severance pay. Severance pay. Oh. Did an ad just happen? I'm gonna wait a little bit. Because my phone is showing an ad. So I don't know if these ads go at the same time as other people's ads. Okay, my ad is done. That's better than just being tossed to the streets without being given a dime. Honestly, I should have carried out a lot more. Oh, right. Take this, Mistress Lynn. You dropped it. Oh, is it the pendant? Well then, I'll take my leave. Good luck with everything. Hey, Burned. Glad you're okay. I don't know why you weren't with Elise. Are you alright with that? The things in the mansion are your property now, yes? It's okay. The only thing that's really mine is this jersey. I see. I expect he can live just about anywhere. Yeah. Maybe I should have followed his example a little. Well, once more, so long, human. Goodbye, Herr Vampire. Oh yeah, what exactly did Burn hand me? Oh. So I was left this jersey and this photo too. Huh? I thought it was just burn marks, but it's writing. I pressed that too fast. With my dear family. Father, what you did was wrong, I can say that with certainty. But you loved us, your family, didn't you? I won't forget that part. And so, the incident between myself and Herr Vampire ended. Honestly, I'm full of worries about the future, and nothing should be more painful than today. That thought makes me feel like it'll be okay. Lynn Rainvibe. Oh. The Casebook of Arne. Case 1. Oh my gosh, we finished it! The music is like one of my favorite things. The music was so good. Like, I would just I'm gonna like look up these and like have it. Cause these These songs were so amazing. The themes. Ooh, is there more? Oh! So why are you here, human? Look, if you just think about it, I've got nowhere to go. So please, let me stay here a while. Why should I let you? I'm going to use you. Rejected. But then, I know. I request an investigation into why I didn't become a vampire. How about that? Doesn't it pique your interest? Shh. Very well, do as you please. Lynn Rain vibe. Yes, Lord Arne? Well, time to pay my fee. Go ahead and suck. I'll get the needle. Aww. Oh, why does it have 2 saves back to back like that? Yoo-hoo, we meet again. That's the end of this case. Happily ever after and all that. Did you figure out the killer before Arne? Well, who cares either way. So I was thinking I'd show you a scene from a slightly different world as a reward. But looks like you messed up a bit. The important bits this time are Arne and Lynn's theory battle and the escape from the mansion. Did you correctly point out the flaws in Arne's theories? And Lynnie didn't faint or anything when you were escaping the mansion, did she? Well, if you feel like it, come back here once more. Well then, wait, huh? Looks like something interesting's going on, so I'm gonna take a look. So the only thing I can do is to... Oh! He's alive! Blood. Not enough blood. Woman. Blood. Oh. She looks like a main character. Eh? Let me drink your blood. That's a vampire hunter. Yeah! Oh! She's like a zombie. Her hand just... Screaming like that be the human thing to do, right? Did she just punch his head off? What was that all of a sudden? Oh dear, he collapsed. Was that trash a friend of yours, Zizzy? Don't know him. I see. Very well. More importantly, where am I? I want to meet Neon, or rather, Ainz. Don't ask me. Can't figure out your location in these woods. Also, he's not Ainz. He's Vizwai now. That means 1 and 2. Ah, he gained 1? I see. That's good for you, Zwei. The case 2? I haven't seen... Ah! Is there another game? Oh, hold on. Oh. Well, it looks like that's it for this... Yeah, it looks like that's it for this game. I'm gonna have to look up to see if there's another game. I didn't hear anything about there being another game. Unless it's like still in the making. But I kind of hope so, because I really did enjoy this. So, yeah, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. Finally, I'm really happy that I was finally able to play the game all the way through. It was very fun, and I can't wait to post this on YouTube. But yes, for those that watch the video on YouTube, definitely come join my streams on Twitch. OMG, what a conclusion. Rip Gordon. I liked him. He was good. He was very good. But I feel like and Rip Burned. No, Burned was alive. He came at the end. He like interrupted them and came, but he's alive. Burned was alive. You'll have to look back and watch that part. But yes, for those that are watching this on YouTube, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye!